Now, some corrupt African leaders have started a commotion of wanting Ibrahim Traore to step down. They are now doing interviews to him, asking him, when are you stepping down to Burkina Faso for them to hold election? Yeah. And they are not doing this because they love Burkina Faso people. They are doing this because they want him out of power. Now they are trying to say, we want democracy in Burkina Faso. We want Burkina Faso people to hold the election, to choose their leader, because you came here due to coup. You are not a legitimate leader. You know, that's what they are saying. And they are using these terms to make Ibrahim Traore to be seen like someone who doesn't like democracy. But what is the beauty of democracy if the people are not given the choice to elect the leaders they want? Because a lot of leaders that African countries are choosing, the people of African countries are choosing, they are not the leaders they want, because elections are being compromised by Western powers, by the people who are greedy, by corrupt leaders. So if you tell me that you want Ibrahim Traore to step down so that we can have election, what is the beauty of holding election in Burkina Faso and getting a bad leader? Come on, let's watch this video and then we talk about it.
Mr. President, there has been a long discussion about how long you will stay and when you will organize elections. How long will the transition last? Is it today? Do you have an answer to this, or do you think it is not a priority? For you, how long will Captain Ibrahim Traore be in charge before organizing elections to step down?
I was going to ask you a question in return before answering you.
I'm not here to answer questions.
Sir, it's a debate. It's nice. If today, in 6 months, we decided to abandon the people, you, as a very objective man, aware of our situation, what would you say? What would your comment be?
Honestly, I prefer to stick to that, even though you know my true thoughts.
All right. Since we've been here, we haven't taken a single day off. The whole exec.
But when you say that, politicians say, this is our job, since there are those who do it. They do their job. We want to return to democracy. We want to go back to parliament with people who are elected. We want to let the people speak. Are we staying like this or setting up a new model? They learned here. We don't want them learning elsewhere and applying it here.
To put them on the right track, they learned their profession. This profession is... We don't want people to learn this profession elsewhere and come apply it here. We want to create a model. Because the way things are done here is in fact not the right way.
For you, sir, President, there's no question of talking about organization, about elections and transition.
Yes, we're going to organize the local elections right now.
So we need to reset everything.
There's no... Aside from the system that's in place, which needs to be reviewed, the elections, they concern all of Burkina Faso. Do you think they are ready today to go to Soleil, to Falangonto, to campaign like... But they are Burkina-based. They must definitely vote.
First, we need to get the wire through.
There needs to be a minimum level of security so that if there's a campaign, people can go everywhere in Burkina, explain their ideas to the Burkinabe people, and the people will choose, because it's no longer about distributing goods. There will be reforms on the electoral code. It's over, that's it. If you get caught up in this, you will be disqualified. Well, I'm not going to get ahead of Iran in the water, but I can tell you that there are reforms coming. This way of doing things, of buying people's consciences, is over. Our mission is to awaken people's consciousness so that they never accept this again. If you think you can govern the country, you need to explain your political program. What are you going to do? And maybe after a while, the people will evaluate whether you should continue your term or not. In short, we won't say everything, but there will be reforms in the electoral system. And to participate in the elections, all Burkinabes must vote.
Welcome back. Now, I have seen on social media how people are saying, oh, Burkina Faso people want to hold an election, but the people of Burkina Faso doesn't want that. This is a vehicle that Ibrahim Traore has bought, new vehicle. He knows what he wants. He knows where is wrong with this vehicle, and he wants to make sure that it is fixed. I have seen in the comment section of some videos that people are saying, if Ibrahim Traore is too good, let him step down and we hold the election and we get people choose him back. Why should we hold the election if you know very well he's good? You know he's doing good. Then why should we hold this election? You know what happens when election is being held. a lot of compromisation, a lot of corruption, a lot of interference. You know the outcome. This is just a tool that is being used by some people to make sure that good people does not get to power. And that's why Africa is going through a lot, simply because of this election. Africans are suffering simply because of this election. They will tell you that you have practiced your it's called for the freedom of rights. Your rights. You have practiced your rights to vote. You have a freedom to choose whoever you want. So you are there thinking, I have my right. I have chose someone who is going to work for me. But this is just a tool that is being used to make sure that you will never open your eyes to see that you are being played. So you are there saying that, the person I voted is there. He will work for me. Someone talks about, he has not done something. You are like, damn it. I voted for this guy. He's a good guy. Let's give him 5 years. And then 5 years. And then another 5 years. And then another 5 years. What is the beauty of having the rights to vote or election being held or this democracy when in the real sense there is no democracy? In the real sense, they know very well nobody gets to power. The good leaders are not going to power through election. Let's say the truth. Good leaders, they don't go to power through election. It's very hard. And the reason why, personally, per my own thinking, the reason why they put election in Africa, or they came with this idea of election, is to put a brother against a brother, a tribe against another tribe, a son against a father, a race against other race. That is what they did. Or that is the reason why we have these elections. Because we will just fight because, my tribe is in power. I'm voting for my tribe. You are not of this tribe. I hate you. Race against race. You will say that we have voted black. We vote for black. Yeah, we are voting for white person. And then this race will go on fighting each other. That's what they want. The reason why election is there is to make sure that we never come into agreement. We never united. Because how can we united when you know that the person you voted is not didn't win and is of your tribe, and the person who won is a Muslim, you are a Christian, and you didn't like that? Now you will all live without united, without unity. That is the thing I understand about election. Election was there, or election was put there to make sure that nothing good will come out. No unity will be there. Tribes will be against each other. Races will be against each other. Women will be against the men because as a woman I voted for this man and you voted for the other man. Why are you against me? And we are there. I don't think election was there to make sure that we vote the right person. No. It wasn't for the right person, because right people are out here. They don't have money to bribe. They don't have, So, if Ibrahim Traore ascended power through coup, they are claiming that it was a legitimate or illegit. It was not legit win, or is in power not legally. So what do? You want them to hold the election. Do you think election will bring Burkina Faso a good person? Because those people who are claiming that Ibrahim Traore should step down and allow Burkina Faso to go for election, first they are foreign people like France. They are coming with this narrative, this guy is not good. If he's good, why does he not allow election in Burkina Faso? They are claiming that the legitimacy of power, because Traore's rise to power was through a military coup, and many political figures and parties urge that this undermines democracy legitimacy. They believe the country should return to civil rule with elections that reflect the will of the people. What is the will of the people? How do you know the will of the people is Burkina Faso? Has the people protest and saying that we don't want Ibrahim Traore? Are the people complaining? If the people are not complaining, then why should you force Burkina Faso to go to election? It's because of your own interest. Your interest is for you to get to this power. Your interest is you to make sure that Ibrahim Traore is not there. Maybe you are being used by some people who don't want Ibrahim Traore, and that's why you are claiming the legitimacy of power of Ibrahim Traore is not real. Okay? Other set of people are saying that Ibrahim Traore promises of a return of democracy, blah blah blah, because some factions are pushing for a quick transition to democratic government. They feel that holding election will help restore civil oversight and legitimacy and ensure that government is by the people and not a military. Are you sure that these elections that are being held and president are being chosen, are you sure the government are for the people, are by the people? Not really. That's a no. This government are not for the people. Take for example in Kenya, you talk a little bit, you are being abducted. In Uganda, you don't have rights. You are being told you have rights, you have democracy, you have what, but that is not true. Election makes sure that they own you, and once they own you, you will think that this is my government, I chose it. By any chance, there's something you have been wanting them to pass a bill or to go and talk about it in the parliament. Have they? Whatever they talk in the parliament does not concern us. If sometimes even we never know or we don't know these laws that are passing on parliaments. Who gave them? Why are they passing these laws? For which citizens? Because we did not want this. Housing projects, this finance bill is for who? So they don't represent us. They blindfold us. They blind us to think they are for us. You voted for this government. It's your government. Whatever we are doing, it's for you. It's not for us. It's not for us. Let's not lie each other. The democracy, the election thing is not really true. It's a blindfold. They're just blinding us. Okay? We have something called civil-military relation. Now, political opponents may be concerned about the increasing influence of the military in Burkina Faso's political and social spheres. They urge that continuing military rule could create instability or lead to further power centralization. Of course, it may be true, instability, but again, even when the civilization is, when the people have voted and we have a president who is for the people, there's no stability because this guy has come here, steals, does corruption and everything. And again, I think that the people who support this, that Ibrahim Traore should step down, someone like William Ruto supports it 100%. Now, even just lately, Burkina Faso did not vote in AU because AU does not support its legitimacy on power. They don't recognize him as a president of Burkina Faso. But the people who recognize Ibrahim Traore are the people who are for the people. These are the real people or presidents who are for the people. John Mahama, for the people. So we have to say this. You may think that Ibrahim Traore should step down. Have you think if the people of Burkina Faso want Ibrahim Traore to step down, do you think the motive behind this stepping down is of good move? Because for me personally, I think these are just politicians. They don't want a leader in power. Once a leader is in power, there's a lot of things it's happening. There's a lot of things that is denying these politicians to do. When a leader is in power, is doing things that will not make politicians happy. So politicians don't love leaders in power, and that's why they want Ibrahim Traore to step down and say that we want election in, because the people want election so that the people can have freedom, so that the people can have freedom of voting, can have some things that we even don't think about it right now. We don't think about it. We never think about Ibrahim Traore stepping down. Not today, not tomorrow. But if the people of Burkina Faso says so, then we will support. But if the people of Burkina Faso are okay with Ibrahim Traore, we are okay as Pan-Africanists. Because what Ibrahim Traore is fighting for is fighting against the things that these politicians don't want. Is fighting against the things that corrupt leaders don't want. Is fighting against the things that foreign countries are here. They want these things. They want to exploit Africa. They want to interfere in our roles and decisions. And that's not, we don't want that. So Ibrahim Traore is for the people. Africans, black people, black Americans, they love Ibrahim Traore because he is bringing back Africa back to the people of Africa. He is bringing back the soil of our ancestors back to the people. He is rejuvenating Africa. Why do you want him to step down? Simply because you don't like his agenda, simply because you don't love what he's doing, simply because your leader somewhere is very corrupt and is being used as a puppet by some leaders from somewhere to make sure that Ibrahim Traore fall. He is not falling. Until Burkina Faso people say it's enough, we want election, we don't want junta, we want this. But it's not. We can't do that. We have pressure from international partners. Like, now, let's talk about this. We have something called ECOWAS. ECOWAS is a community of West African states. Has often advocated for the return of constitutional order and restoration of civil leadership. ECOWAS is being supported by pressure from international. Like ECOWAS, UN, United African Nations, SADC, East Africa. These are tools used by the foreigners, used by the white supremacy to make sure that we fall. We are not falling. Ibrahim Traore removed himself from ECOWAS. He knows what he was doing. He knows that ECOWAS is not for the people. ECOWAS does not want Africa to gain its power. ECOWAS is being ruled by French. If I'm not wrong. ECOWAS has a lot of influence. 80% influence in ECOWAS is from the white people. So, this foreign pressure, international pressure to Burkina Faso to hold the election, why do you want that election that bad? Why are you forcing the election on Burkinabe people? Why? Which freedom do you want them to have rather than this they are having? Which stability do you want them to have rather than Ibrahim Traore is doing for them? What makes you think that if they go on election, the person who will come in will be better than Ibrahim Traore? What makes you think that if we go to an election that he will win? Because we know what you do. We know you have tried coup over him, but it has failed. So you are looking for ways to instigate people to go against him. You want people to think Ibrahim Traore is a bad person. He doesn't want democracy. There is nothing like democracy. There's nothing like democracy. Democracy is not for the people. Democracy is not for the Africans. Democracy does not support people. Democracy does not have positive impacts to the people. Democracy drains Africans. Democracy kills dreams. Democracy kills good leaders. Democracy does not support economic growth, and democracy does not support liberation of Africa. If it could have supported, we could have that from way back, because we have been voting and voting and voting 20 years, 30 years back, 50 years, since 1960s, 50s, we have been voting, but nothing good happened. So think about that. Tell me what you think on the comment section about this video. Until next episode, peace be with you.